Hey guys, welcome back. This weekend we'll see the British and Irish Lions play the Sharks yet again. Unfortunately for the Sharks, they did not pitch up the other day on Wednesday. They are playing again because the Bulls, they unfortunately had to pull out of the game. So that game was, that team was replaced by the Sharks again. The Bulls are probably, in my opinion and a lot of other fans' opinion, the best team in South Africa at the moment, the best franchise team in South Africa at the moment. So that was one we were really looking forward to. I'm not even a Bulls fan. I was really looking forward to it because there's big names in that squad. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But the Sharks, they have a chance to kind of really put their names up again and just show they are better than they were on Wednesday, because they really did not pitch up for that one. If you do look at the squad, the Sharks basically changed their whole team except for 4 guys. Probably the only 4 guys that really pitched up for that game is still starting today or on Saturday. For the British and Irish Lions, there's 2 guys that retain their position. The rest of the team is changed yet again. Normal thing for the British and Irish Lions in the franchise games, because they kind of want to test their combinations and see who is the team that they want to have when it comes to facing the Springboks. So when you get to the front row for the Sharks, they have Mchunu, another Mchunu, not the one that started last week. This one is a big and fast prop. Don't give him a gap, because if he runs with that ball, he will out-replace some of your centers. Herbst at number 3, when he came on last week off of the bench, he really did show what he could have done the whole game from the start. So they do deserve their start, especially a guy like Herbst. I thought the Sharks, if they wanted to change their game around, they need to work on their front row and work on at scrum time. Another thing that they had to change on is their hooker. Mbata, unfortunately, probably half of the balls he threw away at line-out time. And the British and Irish Lions, they just capitalized on every single one of those mistakes. Kieran van Vuuren, he starts again. I think that is their better hooker in any case. So the team, I have to be honest, the Sharks team does look better than the one that played on Wednesday. When we get to the British and Irish Lions, they have Sutherland and Furlong. Very good combination there, especially Furlong. If you talk about props that have a bit of footwork, you all know that step that Furlong did the other day. Jamie George, he's captaining from the hooker in this game. So another captain again for the British and Irish Lions. Then we get to the locks with Itoje and Hill, the 2 Englishmen. They go up against, I think, the Sharks' better combination as well at line-out time. They really struggled there. Hichu, I think he did pretty well when he came off of the bench pretty soon in the game because of that injury to Hiron Andrews. And then I also thought after that game, they really missed a guy like Leroux Roots at number 4. It's a big, powerful carrier of the ball, just like JJ van der Mesht. Just the thing is, he carries it a bit lower in, so he does get forward ball, and he is better at line out time as well. He's a big lad if you want to Google his stats as well. I think that is a better combination at line out time again, but they are going up against Maro Itoje, who is a powerhouse when it comes to line out time. Then the British and Irish Lions also go for a more traditional loose forward trio this week around with Byrne, Watson, the ever-present guy. He got that man of the match against the South African Lions in week 1. And Conan at number 8. Then we have Richardson, probably the better number 6 for the Sharks, the better fetcher they could have picked last week as well. He is in this week, he's a bit heavier than Venter as well. Gumede, a youngster, along with Buthelezi captaining the side again this week around. So that loose forward trio also probably improving a little bit. Gumede and Buthelezi, they are guys that can get around the park as well. There's probably not a big, strong carrier though in that loose forward trio. At number 9, I think you saw a couple of glimpses of Jaden Hendricks of how physical he can actually get, because in the game last weekend or on Wednesday, he was probably the biggest guy in that backline. The Sharks really had a small backline pick there. Jaden Hendricks up against Gareth Davies, who's also getting a start alongside his fellow countryman Bigger, who's also going to show what he can do at number 10 after Owen Farrell really had a masterclass at number 10. He controlled the game so well at 10 against the Sharks on Wednesday. So it's a big game for Bigger to show what he can do. He is up against a veteran in South Africa, Cronje, He's played a lot of his rugby in Japan as well. He's played all over the place in South Africa as well. I think he's 32 or 33 years old. More of a traditional fly-half. He's not going to try funky skills or things like that, even though we have seen him do stuff like that in the past. I think Cronje is more of a safer bet, and one of those guys where you know he's going to try and get the ball through the phases before trying to do something crazy with the ball, which was one of the Sharks' things they did the whole time on Wednesday. They didn't build the phases before trying something and trying to score, which is something they probably do a lot on Currie Cup level, but it's difficult to do it against international players. Chris Harris at number 12, the Scotsman going up against Koster. I haven't seen too much of him, but what I know is he is a physical guy. Talking about physical, Werner Kok, he was so physical last week. I think he's probably the only guy in that back line that actually made tackles in the end of the day. Unfortunately, he got that yellow card. I think it was a bit harsh on him. I think he was a bit pulled over that ruck, but hey, that's how it went. He got a yellow card for that. He's in the 13 channel, not out wide now, so he's going to be more involved with the tackles as well. That already strengthens their defensive line for me as well. The thing is, Werner Kok, he can be over eager sometime and rush up, so there might be gaps behind him for the British and Irish Lions. Elliot Daly with his big boot, he retains his position at number 13. Anthony Watson, he comes in at number 14. He hasn't played a lot of rugby for the British and Irish Lions so far this year, so he is going to get some minutes now. Duan van der Merwe, he continues at number 11, man of the match against the Sharks on Wednesday, got 3 tries there as well, so good for him to continue there. Takir Abrams, he showed what he can do with a couple of hot steps from the wing. He's shown as an 11, but he was playing at 14 the whole game against Duan van der Merwe, and I thought he did alright. I think he wasn't always in his position to tackle though, but I think that was probably due to everyone shifting in and him just not having space to go out and tackle Duan van der Merwe because he's more inside tackling the centers. Marnus Potgieter, he's a big physical center / wing as well, so if he does face Duan van der Merwe, he's also a big guy, he's very quick as well, so that could be quite an interesting battle. Anthony Volmonk, a lot more natural fullback there than Lebok, so I think that's also going to be better. He's going to be more in position because the Lions really kicked into that position where Lebok never was, which really did make them suffer. Lebok is for me still a number 10. Liam Williams, always one of the best number 15s in the game, and he will continue with that. Always an ever-present guy that you have to watch out for, because if he starts running from the back, you are in danger. Going to the bench, you'll see the Sharks, they have an extended bench, so we don't really know if they're 24, 25, 26, are they on the bench or not, but this is usually how it looks. With that 24, 25, 26, they're usually non-playing subs. So Cohen Bosch, the only Springbok in that team, not going to play by the looks of it. The front row for the Sharks, they have Uester in on the hooker, Majola and Chunu. They're up against Ken Owens, the oldest guy in the team for the British and Irish Lions, still playing so well for them. Wyn Jones at number 17, Sinclair. So that's a very good front row for them, and I think the British and Irish Lions coming to the second half of it, the front row really has the upper hand there. Then we get to the locks. Bolly, he is not a lock, so don't know what the Sharks are going to do there. They might have a little bit of an issue there when Courtney Laws comes on. Sam Simmons, Tom Curry, both of them being in the loose trio, so they have a 6-2 split there, the British and Irish Lions. Cameron Wright being a scrum half, Boeta Chamberlain, a youngster at number 10, and Jeremy Ward, a guy that's been captaining the side from the centres a lot of times. Connor Murray, talking about a captain, are we going to see him actually coming onto the park, captaining the team as well, since he's been named the captain for the side? And then Finn Russell, he's really, in my opinion, a little bit under pressure at this stage, because I think the other two 10s are really pulling away from him. He's not really showing what he can do at this level at the moment for the British and Irish Lions. Guys, getting to the prediction, it is Loftus Versfeld, Pretoria. It's also high altitude here. I do think the British and Irish Lions, they're going to win again. Is it going to be that large of a margin again? I do think so, even though I think the Sharks are probably going to score a couple of more points. They're not going to throw away the ball as much again, but both teams have analyzed each other again. They can face up against each other again, so they have kind of seen which weaknesses each side has. Which team is going to take better advantage of that? Probably the Lions. So I think the Lions to win it by 40 points again. Let me know your prediction down in the comments below. Also, check out these videos next to me. Hit the subscribe button if you do like the channel and want to see more Lions content. And then I'll see you for the next one. Cheers.